Today, we introduce you to a familiar face, once known as a local child prodigy, now making a real impact in healthcare through artificial intelligence. ABC 10 first met Dr. Tanishq Abraham 11 years ago when he graduated college at just 11 years old. That early milestone was just the beginning. At 22, he's the CEO of Sophont, a medical AI startup and a Sacramento Business Journal 40 under 40 honoree. After earning his PhD at 19, he's using AI to help improve healthcare outcomes for millions. We are pleased to welcome him back to talk about his journey and what comes next. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you for having me. Really excited to be here.
So you are leading a medical AI company and you're just 22 years old. First, just what drew you to this field?
Yeah, I've always been actually interested in the intersection of medicine and engineering and technology. So yeah, from a very young age, I actually wanted to be, at the time, a physician scientist. Then later on, I, of course, went into industry and became a startup CEO. But like even early on, I majored in biomedical engineering because, again, really interested in this intersection of medicine and engineering. And really the reason I'm interested in this intersection is because I really want to make an impact in people's lives. And I think that trying to save people's lives is one of the biggest ways of making impact. So yeah, I think like using technology to do so, that will have a huge impact on so many people. So that's why I'm excited to be working in this area. A
very noble calling there. So talk about Sophont. What does it actually do?
Yeah, so at Sophont, we're a startup that's only about a year old now. We're building AI models and tools for healthcare and pharma and life sciences. Our vision is basically we want to build a sort of universal medical AI system that can take in any information about a patient. So the lab test, their patient history, the medical imaging results, all of that, and process it all together. Because as a doctor, the doctor is looking at all this information when they're making clinical decisions. So we want to develop AI tools that can help augment the doctors and catch things that the doctors may not typically find at first. And in order to do so, they need to have this full holistic understanding of the patient. So our vision is to build this sort of universal medical AI to be able to do that.
Interesting. And whenever we talk about AI, a lot of people have concerns about the emerging technology, but when you look at the medical field, it looks like some serious promise there, as you're describing. It's not just one doctor, you're really sourcing to a lot of information.
Yes. Yeah, I think the real potential of medical AI is being able to find information about a patient that a doctor may not typically see. In the medical imaging results, in the lab tests, and all these results, these AI models are actually able to predict new types of information, looking at, being able to predict, for example, how the patient will progress in terms of their disease and being able to utilize that to make decisions about their care. And so these are the sorts of things that, it's not about like replacing doctors, but it's about augmenting the doctors with novel forms of information that the AI is able to provide. And I think that's more exciting. I think just trying to replace doctors, that's a boring thing to do. I think what's exciting is actually being able to provide more information and actually being able to diagnose patients early, being able to personalize treatments for patients, and this is all things that AI will be able to help out with.
You have had such a remarkable story. We have kind of watched you grow up here on ABC 10, and you're doing this new company right here in Sacramento. What does that mean to be building this thing in the capital city?
Yeah, I think building in Sacramento is great. Of course, I love to still be able to be with my family. Our family has been in Sacramento for many years, for like 25 years or so at this point. And so I was born and brought up in Sacramento. And so that's, I think, been a great part. Then I think also being able to have the sort of connections to the UC Davis system as well. That has also been great. I did my studies here in biomedical engineering within the UC Davis health system, so that's been great. And then I think also just generally being out, I think a lot of AI companies are being built in SF, which has its benefits, but I think if you also stay in this one place where everything's happening, that can also lead to a bit of a bubble. And
Interesting. Siloed thinking, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.